Hello and welcome back. It's another day of opening another door on the Advent Beauty Calendar, day 21. If you're new to my channel, I've been doing this for all of December and we're coming to the end. It's nearly Christmas. I can't believe it. So let's go and open that door and see what's in store for us today. Well, that's an easy one. There's day 21 right up the top here. That's today, isn't it? I think so. Oh, hang on here. Okay. The Ordinary Natural Moisturising Factors plus AH Surface Hydration Formula. So there it is. It's from the Ordinary range and it's a surface hydration formula. It says it's naturally moisturising factors with amino acids, dermal lipids and hyaluronic acid. So it's to be applied after serums as needed for surface hydration, which I presume means that it's a moisturiser? Or does it mean that it's sort of like an active moisturiser, that it's also doing something to resurface the skin? I used the treatment that was in the drawer from yesterday, from the 20th, and it was really quite strong. It said to put it on and then once it was touch dry to apply the moisturiser or serum, or for a stronger action to just leave it without putting anything on the top to neutralise it. Wow, I actually chose to neutralise it after a little while. It was really strong. Now, it was the first time I'd used it, so maybe, I was having more of a reaction. So, yeah, I'll definitely use that again. Not tonight. Alternate nights it was on. But this one perhaps on the other ones instead. What I'd like to talk about today is the idea of the Swedish word Hygge. I've been there before. Nobody knows how to pronounce it except Swedes and Danes, and they all say it differently anyway. But that wonderful word that means sort of cosy and a really lovely place to come into. And it fits beautifully into a winter environment, and so many of my wonderful subscribers and people who watch are in the winter at the moment. But what do we do in the heat? So I wanted to talk about Hygge in the heat. And it does apply in the heat, just a little differently. Rather than snuggle down, for example, on a cold winter's morning, in the heat, you're very aware that you're going to be in for a hot day. So I always get up and just throw open the house and let the cool morning air in. It freshens the whole house and brings the temperature down, because quite often that warm air gets trapped in the house overnight. Now, quite often it doesn't last for long. It might only be for an hour or so, from about 5 a.m. through to 6 or 7, that it will actually stay cooler outside than in. But you make the most of it, and then it's a matter of going and closing up the windows again and lowering the blinds and closing out the heat for the day. So you've got this cool and sort of quite dim interior, and that's definitely summertime Hygge. Second point, which is that you want it to be visually calm. So after Christmas has been packed away, I will go through and I will really reduce a lot of the other items. I will aim to put away anything that's sort of extra, and I'll aim to make the surfaces as calm and as clean looking as possible, with as little clutter as possible. Reduce that visual stimulation, so you can also, as well as having a cool environment, you can also get out from the busyness of the summer days. I love having green plants around, and they're almost nice in flowers in some ways during the summer, because if you have flowers that have a distinctive scent, they can become very overpowering in the heat, whereas just the softness of a green plant, it doesn't bring any extra scent into the room. And also just help even more to keep the air cool and clean. It's also really important that we hydrate ourselves as well as the plants, and that's another part of Hygge. That instead of sitting around with a warm hot chocolate or a lovely herbal tea, my refrigerator is full of various different sorts of water. I have plain tap water, I have sparkling water, which is plain tap water being put through one of those sparkling machines. And then I always have just a jug of water that has just a little bit of something extra. It'll be tap water, but with a squeeze of lemon and maybe a squeeze of orange in it, and a dash of cranberry juice, and just enough to pink it up and make it look pretty, but also it brings just a subtle flavour to the water and helps you to drink a lot more of it, which on these hot days, it's such a good idea. And then when the evening comes, you repeat the process of the early morning and hope that it cools down enough at some point to throw open those windows and have inset screens so you don't get inundated with bugs, and get that cool air through into the house again. Then as the evening goes on, you can have candles and a cool drink, but your candles at this time of year, you don't want anything sort of in the heavy woodsy tones. I think that the more citrus light tones are much nicer. Even vanilla, which is beautiful the year round in so many ways, is a bit heavy during the heat. So the very lightly fragranced candles are beautiful. And there's something also very calm just about the flicker of a candle. It's really lovely. So that's part of it. And then before I go to bed, I always just have a really cool shower, and that way I can get into bed, my cool cotton sheets. I sleep on cotton and under linen, and I just love that. And then on a very hot night, I have a heavy but still cool rough linen throw that is just beautiful. Heavy enough to make me feel like I have covers on, but it's just a lovely cool thing to sleep underneath. So that's perfect. So that's my take on Hygge in the heat. And I think that the concept of making a home that's comfortable and appropriate for you can really translate across any time and any climate and any culture in so many ways. So think about how you would like to adapt it to your home and the things that you would like, and design your own Hygge that will suit you where you are now. I'll be back tomorrow to open day 22 and see what's behind that little door. If you would like to join me, please subscribe, and I hope that whatever you're doing today, you're having a lovely time, and I'll see you then. Bye.